Hello and welcome to Reaction Check. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. I hope you're doing good. We are watching a documentary on Thanjavur Temple.
आप देख रहे हैं Reaction Check.
I've seen some of the videos, some other videos that actually described this particular temple, but there is a documentary that is available for us to actually watch. I don't know much about this temple. I have seen it in some of the tourism videos or some of the videos that I've recently watched, and a lot of people started talking about it in the comment section. I'm also very curious to know more about this temple. So let's jump into this reaction and see what we have.
The Pride of America, constructed in 1931. The Pride of Australia, constructed in 1973. The Pride of Malaysia, constructed in 1996. The Pride of Dubai, constructed in 2010. All these buildings were constructed in recent years, and all these buildings can be rebuilt at any point of time, even better than the present.
That's
But what
true.
you're about to see is the pride of India, built 1000 years ago, which is certainly the greatest, the grandest, the glorious, and the largest temple of India, which cannot be even dreamt of rebuilding. Presenting a documentary on Thanjavur Big Temple.
நஞ்சை கழனிகளின் நாயகனே நீ வாழ்க நடனமிடும் காவேரி காவலனே நீ வாழ்க தஞ்சமென வருவோர்க்கு தஞ்சம் வழங்குகின்ற தஞ்சை பெருவுடைய தலைவனே நீ வாழ்க பெஞ்சமரில் வெற்றி கண்டு அஞ்சலிக்கும் மக்களுக்கோர் விண்ணுயர் பெரிய கோயில் தந்த வீர ராஜராஜ சோழனே நீ வாழ தஞ்சை பெரிய கோயில் பல்லாண்டு வாழவே தஞ்சை பெரிய கோயில் பல்லாண்டு வாழவே
I think this is T.M. Soundarajan. If I'm not mistaken, that's him singing. And it's a song about this temple. I'll put the link to the original video. Perhaps you can go to the original channel and perhaps show some love there also for making such an effort.
Thanjavur Big Temple, also known as Brihadishvara Temple or the Peruvudaiyār Kōvil, was constructed by the Emperor Arulmozhivarman, popularly known as Rajarajesvaram I, in the year 1010 AD. Kunjaramallan Rajaraja Perundachan was the architect of the temple. In the year 1987, the temple was declared as the World Heritage Monument. The entire temple is made out of granite. The temple is made up of 130 tons of granite. The Vimana or the temple tower is 216 feet high and is among the tallest of its kind in the world. The kumbam of the temple is carved out of 8 stones and it weighs around 80 tons. The temple is maintained by the Archaeological Survey of India, and one must say it is one of the most well-maintained temple in our country.
Brihadishvara Temple, a World Heritage Monument, is located in Thanjavur. It's called Rajarajesvaram. That is Thanjavur, Tamil Nadu, constructed by Rajarajesvaram, the great Chola king, built in the year 985 to 1010 AD. Is also known as a big temple or Dakshina Meru. Dakshina Meru in the sense is comparing this with the Himalayas. So because of that Vimana. This is 3 entrances as you must be seeing. First entrance is called
So big.
Rajaraja's time it is there. And it is renovated during the Nayak period, but it's also inscription evidences are there. And the voluminous inscriptions are there. And next is second entrance is Kerala. It's called the nomenclature. And the third is arch like this Maratha. The main challenging is conservation. The conservation norms for Atlas Survey of India, we have to maintain the originality without adding additions or deletions. That's the main important aspect of our conservation. And we should not just replace anything new. There are other ways to use its authenticity.
The Brihadishvara Temple, built by King Rajarajesvaram, is known for its architectural beauty. More than 1,000 years old, the main importance of this temple is the shadow of the main tower will not fall on the ground. I enjoy the surrounding beauty and calmness of this area. I visit this temple regularly for meditation.
The shadow will not fall on the ground? Is that what he said?
The temple is also well known for the sculptures on its walls, and all of them were chiseled out of stone. All of them were finished off with a thin coat of lime plaster. Iconically and aesthetically, they blend with the architectural style of the temple. The Dwarapalas are four-armed, which are more than the life-size images can be found in the Gopura, in the Mukha Mandapa, in the Maha Mandapa, and in the outer walls of Ardha Mandapa passage.
Explained to you who introduced such a type in Tamil Nadu. I told the Pallavas earlier introduced, and the Cholas improved the structure, and they have for the first time they have raised this sky high Vimana. And I have told you the pyramidal structure that is just above, just over the Garbhagriha is called Vimana, and the pyramidal structure that you can see at the entry point is Gopura. And I have made a difference between the Cholas and the Pandyas. The Cholas, they have adopted the style of constructing the Vimana sky high, and the Pandyas, on the contrary, they have introduced the construction of raising the Gopura, sky high Gopuras. That is the difference I have told.
Oh, okay.
The sacred bull, popularly known as the Nandi, is a monolithic sculpture made out of a single black stone. The Nandi was believed to be the Vagana, or the vehicle of Lord Shiva, and also it was believed that if Lord Shiva was seated on the bull with his wife Parvati on his side, he was called as Rishabhantika.
Thanjavur was ruled by three dynasties. First Chola, then Naik, then Maratha. Maratha came to Thanjavur on 16th century. At that time, the queens and kings contributed a lot for the temples. Particularly, big temple was renovated in Maratha period also. The big temple, one of the temples maintained by Maratha royal family. Palace Devasthanam was established after at the time of British government. We are the hereditary trustee of this Palace Devasthanam.
Destined to be the custodian of this temple. This is an inherited divine responsibility. So normally we get inspired by what Rajaraja has created for us. We feel inspired, at the same time we feel extremely humble when coming to this great abode of Lord Shiva.
The temple has Chola murals on the walls made out of frescoes portraying Shiva in action. The Chola artists portrayed the Asura women with a sense of beauty. The Archaeological Survey of India mounted all these paintings on fiberglass boards displayed at a separate pavilion.
That is interesting actually. you get to see these old paintings, old artists. Like we know a lot about
It's the
Picasso.
most famous painting of Rajaraja Chola I with his mentor Peruvudaiyār. During the Hindu auspicious season of Margali, in the month of December, special puja and darshan takes place even in the late evenings and in the early mornings.
What's happening here? What are they doing? I'd like to know.
Devotee Saktivel says, there are many temples in Tamil Nadu, but this is one such temple which is known for its legacy of 1000 years. I have noticed many temples being painted with bright colors, but this is one such temple where the original color still exists. The Nandi over here is the famous landmark of the temple, and I've never seen such a huge Nandi ever in my life. Also, this is the largest temple of the country, and I'm experiencing it for the first time in my life.
Being a traveler and heritage enthusiast, I visited many World Heritage sites in India. And particularly, I frequently visit Thanjavur Big Temple because of its one of the finest architectural marvels of Dravidian era. I personally feel the Rajaraja Chola's choice and his influence of this sculpture and the design. International tourists are more attracted in Thanjavur Big Temple because of its grandness, its greatness, and its most prized archaeological sites in India.
Vanakkam. My name is Irma Valencia. I'm from San Francisco, California, and we are traveling in southern India. And this temple is just amazing. We understand it's made from granite, and it's a very special, auspicious month because it's the pilgrimage month. And we were able to see the dances this morning. The dancers were beautiful, and before that, they did the blessings. So we are so fortunate to be here for this time period. And actually, we have to tell you that the people of southern India are just friendly, wonderful, and all I can say for having such a beautiful, incredible India and incredible country, Nandri.
Millennium Year celebrations was held in the same complex in a very grand manner in September 2010. I believe this temple will live forever and it will see many number of such Millennium Year celebrations.
On September 25, 2010, the temple had its Millennium Year celebration in a huge manner. A grand dance spectacle of 1000 Bharatanatyam dancers dancing together in unison at the temple as a mark of celebration.
That's so beautiful.
Thanjavur Big Temple is the pride of Chola kings, the pride of Tamil culture, the pride of India. This temple does not belong to either one race or one culture or one nation, but it belongs to the entire human race, and that's why it is a World Heritage Monument. Every one of us has to protect, preserve, and propagate the heritage of Thanjavur Big Temple. Thanjai Periya Kōvil, Pallandu Valga.
So the documentary is made by Vivek Nagarajan. I'll put the link to his channel. He has He has the video. Maybe you can watch the original video as well and show some love there. There were a lot of things that I found out. 130 lakh tons of granite was actually used. There's a lot that the paintings, the kind of statues or the kind of sculptures that have actually built on the wall, and how the painting and everything was done is mind-blowing. A few years ago, when I went to Thailand, and I saw this old city of Ayutthaya, where there were ruins of war between the Thai kingdom and the Burma kingdom, and then how the Burmese came to Thailand in Ayutthaya, and then they burnt all that place, and you could still see the structures of the temple, which is pretty much similar. You can see similar architecture type of structure. I may be very wrong on this, but somewhat similar, that you can see in the Mayans as well, which are like pyramids. But I may be wrong on this one, but there are a lot of things that you can actually see here. But the fact that this was made 1,000 years ago, that is mind-blowing. I mean, we all talk about Egyptians, how they built all those monuments, how they built all those pyramids. It's mind-blowing. I mean, there are a lot of things that are happening. You get to see a lot of different buildings that were built centuries ago. We're still thinking, how did they do it? Because they did not have all the technology that we had. Right? So it's amazing to see all this happening, and I'm really awestruck with the kind of architecture that is done here. I think visiting this place in person would be a great treat for someone like me who likes architecture, who likes old historical buildings. I would love to actually see this. Whenever there's an opportunity, I would love to visit this place, that's for sure. And I thank you very much for watching this with me. I'll see you in the next one. Take very good care of yourself.